Alright, tonight we're going to be doing chili. We're going to get you in around 450 calories. And then we're also going to do a little cornbread. I don't have the supplies for that yet, so we'll figure that out in just a minute. Alright, I chopped up an yellow onion, used a little oil, went ahead and got that cooking. Alright, Mama doesn't like it unless it's pretty soft, so go ahead and get that going. And then we're using 6 ounces of hamburger meat per serving. This is 90-10, so it's really lean. And then we had some left over, so we're going to go ahead and spice that up and have some tacos for lunch tomorrow. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to cook these separate, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do it. This first batch, oh, this stuff's going to fall apart probably more than what I want. But we're going to get this batch chopped up as fine as we can. Chop it up good and fine. Get it really fine so you got good little pieces in every bite. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and season our meat. We're going to go chili powder. I'm not a huge fan of chili powder, so I might not use as much as what you want to use. We're just going to dab that over with chili powder, and then we're going to use, we don't need onion powder, a little garlic powder, always garlic powder, a little black pepper, a lot of black pepper, more than likely. A little cayenne pepper. And anytime I say cayenne pepper, I mean, I'll show you. For most of you, that's probably good right there. I mean, like a super small amount. And I'll probably do that in every little batch. Triple that up. But the last thing you want is for it to be too hot. I don't put any cumin in it. I don't like cumin. A whole lot. Alright, crank that up a little bit. And then also a little paprika. That ain't open. Alright, little paprika. And then cook it up. We'll be right back. Alright, we got this first batch of meat browned. And as you can see, when we use the 10% fat, that there's just not a whole lot of grease in the pan. I mean, it's real light on grease, but still, I want to get as much of that off that meat as I can. And I don't think draining it's going to do it. So I'm just going to take my paper towel, run it through here for a second. I ain't worried about messing up the spices too much. It'll be alright. Pepper's about to get me, I know that. Alright, and as you can see, I've gotten a pretty good bit of grease off there. Because we just want to limit everything, you know. And limiting the amount of fat that we take in, that's going to help prolong the process. And it's kind of separate from, you know, the actual amount of the calories of the meal. And it's just those little things that you can do that help you along the way. Alright, that's good to go. Get that into our main pot. Uh-oh, that's a problem. Hope it don't blow us up. That'd be a good YouTube video. Boom! There he goes. Alright. Now, with this second batch of meat, what I like to do, and I don't think it's going to work, but if you have like a chili meat's good, even though it's higher in fat. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, and I'm going to kind of try and chunk it up. make it a little bit thicker. So we're gonna get it like that. We're gonna get it brown on that side, and then we'll probably chop on it again and turn up that heat. As you can see, I'm trying to keep it a little chunkier. So half of it I got, you know, pretty fine and ground up, and the other half is a little chunkier. Almost forgot. Same seasonings. Go on this. Pepper. I don't think I put Tony's on the last. Little Tony's. We'll do a little onion powder on this. A little garlic. And I normally like to use a whole piece of garlic for this, but I didn't have any, so this will have to work. Little paprika. There we go. And then, my least favorite thing out of chili, I know, chili powder. A little chili powder. Okay, we got that. I'm going to try to pop that over. Chop this up just as chunky as I can. I like the chunky pieces. My wife doesn't as much as I do, so this is a compromise, half and half. And normally we would use like a pound of sausage to go with this, and we would just have a whole mess of chili, you know, to the amount that you probably wouldn't finish it. But I could get pretty daggum close in the night. So, you know, we're going to cook a certain amount, and that allows us to control how much we eat a little bit easier. And I need that. You may not, but I do. All right, we'll be back when this is ready. All right, we got this good and brown. It's almost there. All right, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take a paper towel. We're going to dab it off. Dab it off. Get as much of that grease off that meat as we can. And so far, this has been good week. Diet's going good. Both of us have stuck to it. I think we're both starting to lose that water weight, down about 5 pounds. So we're going to stick with it. And I think making the videos is encouraging for me. So that's what we got in the pot. Now, we just got to wait for the wife to get home to deliver us everything else. But one thing that I am going to do, I think I've decided tomorrow for lunch, I'm going to have me a little quesadilla. Go ahead and weigh this out. Got another 6 ounces, so we had like a third. Okay. And probably, maybe a little seasoning in the pan. Here's a little salt, pepper. I didn't even put salt in that daggum first batch, did I? Huh. Alright, that needs a little salt. I forgot the salt. That's bad. Alright. Good thing about salt is you can always add it after you're done. I'm going to do just a dab of onion and like a dab of garlic. I'm going to go ahead. That's almost too much. I don't want much. Not for what I'm doing. Okay. And then I think that's good. And we're going to brown this up nice. And tomorrow we'll have us a tortilla or a quesadilla. All right. I'll be right back. All right. So this is where we're at. We got this lunch meat about ready. And what we're going to do tomorrow is take 2 of these carb balance tortillas, and I don't know that these are any better than the other ones, but they're small and they're the right amount of calories. You know, you might look and see the comparison at the same size, but that's what we're going to use. We're going to use 2 of them at 90 calories. We're going to use 2 ounces of hamburger meat. I believe that's 200 calories. And then we're going to use half a serving of reduced fat cheese. And that'll get us in another 45 calories. So we're looking right at 330, 340, which ain't bad for a lunch. Especially, you know, you skinny people, you're gonna have to eat a little bit less or eat a little bit different. Us fat people, we can probably, you know, eat like this. And if we stick to it, we'll lose weight. All right. See you in a minute. All right, I lied. That cheese we have is the reduced fat. Sad I've showed you before, but that's 90 calories per serving, so for 28 grams. And I think I'll go to Walmart tomorrow and see if I can't round together some of the low-fat stuff, and I'll show you all that. But I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get it. The last time I went during the corona, I think kind of hard to get that stuff. But all right, so I'm going to go 14 grams instead of the full 28. And we'll have us some meaty quesadilla. All right. All right, there we go. We got 2 quesadillas for lunch tomorrow. Got that knocked out, so all we got to do is heat those up. Good to go. All right, we're going to get back to our chili as we got our supplies here. All right, we'll go ahead and get that started in just a minute. All right, we're back. Got our meat done. All right, now this is a pretty simple recipe. All we're going to do is we're going to take a can of Rotel. All right, this is mild. Probably use, you know, original or hot, whatever you like. And this is what they had. We're kind of limited with our store. All right, dump that in there. And we went ahead and used the whole can. It looks all right. It may be a little bit too much, but. And then we used 2 servings of pinto beans, which ran for 130 grams, ran 100 calories a piece. So we're going to be a little under what we thought, which is good. And then we're going to throw that in there, mix that up real good. Mix that up real good, and it'll have some liquid come out of it. It'll loosen up a little bit. We're gonna season it up. And this is a pretty simple recipe. You know, we're not using flour. We're keeping it spiced meat, beans, little onion, little tomato. All right, and then we're just using the same spices that we've already used. Little chili powder. All right, a little salt. Mix that up one more time. And we're going to cook it on low until we get done with our cornbread, because when our cornbread's done, we're going to eat. All right, now for our cornbread, what we're going to do is and this really, you really shouldn't have cornbread. But we're going to tonight, we got a lot of calories. All right, that's what we got. If you can hear me over the cans that the child's playing with. All right, and then we're going to have a serving. There's 6 servings in a package. And I don't know how to make it without making all 6 servings. So we're going to mix this with a half a cup of milk and then an egg. And we're going to use skim milk. All right. And then we're going to skip the butter that we normally put in it. So all right, we'll be back and show you what this looks like. All right, we got our cornbread mixed up. Went ahead, heated the pan. All right, we'll go ahead and mix that in there. I'm sure it's gonna be good though. thin this up a little bit better next time we do it, but for now, this is what we got. Not exactly get the bottom mixed up real good, but we'll go ahead and get as much in here as we can so we fill that pan. And then probably when we get done is we're either going to feed it to the dog, the baby, or whatever's trolling around outside tonight. All right, we're going to cook this we're going to start at 18 minutes and cook it up to 22 minutes. All right, make sure our chili's starting to get hot. Sure smells like chili powder. It's getting there. All right, we'll be back. All right, our timer just went off, so we're going to check this cornbread. I think what you're supposed to do is poke it. I'm going to let that go another minute and a half or so. Maylee? The old baby tried to get in the oven. That's a bad idea. Bet she'd only do that once. All right, so we'll say about 19 and a half minutes. I think we'll be good to go. All right, we'll be back in a minute. All right, we're back. I think this is about done. Oh yeah, cornbread's starting to brown up nice. Okay, and we're just gonna take that cornbread and I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna cut it into 6 squares. That's a pretty good chunk of cornbread. I think that's probably worth doing. It's more than what I thought it was gonna be. Cut it into 6 squares and then we'll be right back. Ooh, that's a little hot. A little hot. Yep, a little hot. All right, that's our 6 pieces of cornbread done. I got the cauliflower rice that I'm going to try. I'm not going to make a real big deal out of it. I'm just going to test it out, and I'll leave that in the comments or something. And then, ooh, I had my chili. I really don't like chili powder, okay? So my chili was a little chili powderish for me. So I added a little bit of beef broth and kind of mixed it up and just thought I'd add a little bit different of a taste. It's kind of the first time I've done that, but it's really good. And that's what you got. So there you go. There's your meal of the night. Cornbread, serving of cornbread, and then half a pot of chili. That's a pretty good bit of food too for a dinner. All right, y'all have a good night.